Back to another video. So if you don't know, recently 4 of my newest VODs that I recorded on YouTube for some reason record with no sound. Now it's not my recording equipment or my program I use. It's also not that they were muted or copyrighted on Twitch, because I have had that happen once before, and I know that they tell you when it happens, right? And the problem is I'm 99% sure when I was actively streaming these things, people could hear me talking to them. I was interacting with chat, as far as I knew. Nobody ever told me oh, are you talking, we can't hear you, or anything like that. So I'm going to be re-recording all of the audio and entering it manually. So please forgive me if, it's not exactly like the game, you know what I'm saying? The sound-wise, I'm going to try to... I'm sorry if I sound stuffy, by the way. I'm going to try to, re-add all of the game sounds, maybe even re-record this whole section of the game, which would be kind of awful, I'm not going to lie, but I might have to do it, right? So if the sounds aren't perfectly lined up, or, the voiceovers, I'm going to try to... the characters talking, and try to add that back in, but it might just be me talking with some ambient sounds from that game in the background, the OST or something. Which I guess means I won't be streaming for a while until I figure out. I'm assuming it has to be something with my streaming settings. I don't know what else it could be from. You guys get actual edited videos now, so I'm gonna have to edit these, hence they will not be 2-hour VODs anymore. I'm not saying I'm gonna be going over the top and adding a lot of stuff, but there'll definitely be cuts, and because I'm gonna have to go in and add the sound manually anyway. So let's just get right into the game. So if you guys remember last time, because I do know in the original recording of this, I didn't remember this, but we had just ended off where, I think it's Max Haas died. I can't remember if Max is the name of, the guy that, has okay, so the sensitivity's kind of high, but here we are, right after, well, he's, as far as I know, he's dead anyway, and I'm getting shot at, okay. And I have to scope in, because I guess even with the scope, I got awful aim, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Some little droney booth. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at that aim, guys. Look at that aim. So freaking bad. I also, wasted so many grenades on that, the missiles, whatever they're called. Now, I'm gonna die here soon, you guys will see it. Why is my frame rate dropping when I'm just recording this? Goodness, you guys. My PC some days. I can't even hit this guy with a grenade. What's going on here? And then I'm here, running around God knows what. I didn't realize at the time that I had to go under here. I assumed that I had to just keep fighting until it was over, and then, it'd be an automatic sequence, and then so I ended up dying to these shotgun guys, which these guys are kind of annoying anyway. And there we are, grasping at straws for life. This is what happens, honestly, when you start a game. If when you end the game before the actual part of that sequence is over for a stream, and you just hop right back into it not knowing what's going on, this is the type of stuff that happens. I've got goldfish brain. Sorry, you guys. I also didn't realize there was a ladder right there, I guess. Give me that. I need that millisecond worth of charge. My sensitivity is still kind of messed, but it's fine. I end up sticking with it, so whatever. And here's me not remembering what the controls are. I accidentally keep hitting C to switch to my missiles, because I think in Far Cry C is crouch, and I was playing a lot of that. But in this game, control is crouch, as it should be. So I accidentally kept switching the modes on my gun without realizing it because I thought it was the crouch button. Watch, this guy, dead. He's done. Over. That guy, blown up. That guy, blown up. Literal chunks, like Happy Wheels level. I honestly kind of feel almost like a react streamer with this in the worst way possible. It's like I'm reacting to my own video, and then I just have to like add the audio back on top. Sad. So this is actually me. I believe at this moment our friends tell us to... Oh, okay, that actually scared me again watching this. My friends tell me to like go to the hangar, and I actually couldn't remember how to get there at first, which is why it took me so long to go down in the basement. And then here I am taking heavy fire from these two ding-dongs. And not really knowing what to do at first, and then remembering I have a shotgun. You know, sometimes you have to build a macaroni scale of the model of the rocket before you can build the actual rocket and steal the moon. Sometimes it takes me a little too long to figure some stuff out, but I get there eventually, and that's the important part, you guys. I always get there eventually. Finally, that guy's dead. So now I'm doing the one thing that we all should do in emergency situations, and before going to rescue my friends, I start looting. Looting is the only thing that gets you by in this world. You know, if it's not nailed down, it's yours, right? So I really don't care that much about my friends under heavy gunfire dying. I'm in the process of stealing everything I can get my grubby little hands on. Break this chain. We need to go into our little hidey hole. I guess apparently picking a gun was really important before jumping down, though. Huh? Excuse you? Oh.
How do you arrive? Everything in accordance with the numbers. This day, the number of consequence is 19. A prime, why not? For the math to square, each and every one on our side must defeat 19 on theirs. On average, and then we'll win. I've been proficient with what you taught me.
This part's honestly kind of sad.
Did I thank you?
Like, she's so heroic, but also it's like really sad.
My friend. But I have accumulated an additional 7 through other means prior to this day.
I'm on the move. I need to find Fergus and Caroline. You should come with me.
And violate my model. The model is loyal to universal causality. You ask me to rebel against the laws of nature, don't you see? The road in front of you is long and so hard. I wonder how you will cope. Mine is at its end. On this day. I am glad to have found a friend.
You can see right there my character realized. She got to hit 20. She actually beat her model. Now I snap back to reality, and this guy just stares at me through the vent. I don't know, he's looking at my penis or something. I don't know why he just was standing there. I honestly think at this point I was kind of acting really like frantically and paranoid around the corners because I assumed another dog would be here to get me, when in reality it was, you're about to fight all these mechas. And I was like, oh, shit. So this took me like 4 tries, I think. So for you guys, you get to cut ahead to the part where I actually do it properly this time. I have to sit here and watch it all and decide if there's any additional commentary I want to add to my other failed attempts before you get to see the final cut. So have fun. I don't know. Enjoy the ride, I guess. See, now if I'd actually aimed that properly, that would have been a good idea. But I also don't... Aim doesn't exist in my vocabulary. What does it mean to aim? I don't know. You know, I try to run back in my rat hole. Because I'm a true coward. I'm not a warrior. I'm not a soldier. I run and hide until I can easily have the advantage. So here I kind of finally got some common sense. So here I finally realized if you actually aim for the head, it works, you know, and then that's how I actually got through this. And then I was like, shotgun? Those guys always beat my ass. Let's just use the shotgun to beat these guys' ass. And then I realized this guy's got like a heavy, I don't know, heavy machine gun. What was it? What would it be called? I don't know. One of them laser ones, though. This was fun, I'll tell you. This was real fun. Look at them, mowing them down like they're grass on my lawn. I'm so cringe. I kind of do it on purpose, but sometimes I'm like, damn. So here I'm finally feeling a sense of security a little bit, realizing I might have actually accomplished my goal. And then we go back to the looting, because that's the only important part of this game. Just like The Witcher 3, which will be one of the other videos I'm going to have to redub, as I'm going to call it, to be, you know, silly. I love just being a kleptomaniac, and instead of playing the game, I go around stealing lots of stuff, even stuff I don't need, you know. But did I really need that extra 10 bullets? No. They provide you with some ammo later, but you know. So I'm just like, I'm expecting a jump scare, pretty much. And I was kind of right. Oh, and then this lady, like a teenage mutant ninja turtle or someone, or
I'll make sure nobody uses
a Marvel superhero
Maybe you
comes
could
out of
do something
nowhere.
about this Nazi problems here. Try not to get Fergus killed, please.
See,
He's
and
out of
you know
ammo
what about this
and
part is
essentially
funny is I
defenseless.
actually didn't realize Fergus was someone out in the open that was supposed to actually be like physically helping me with anything. When she says try not to get Fergus killed, I you know, I didn't know that he was even there. And then this happens, and I think I was screaming at this point, honestly. I should start just screaming again. Oh my god. I don't know why I decided I like was just gonna stand there and take it. And then I realized here I could run. Oh my god, crouch for the love of God. Go, 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 go. So at this point I think I just run around in circles, and then I realize I'm kind of screwed. And I think at one point I actually considered knife fighting this dog. And I was like, nah bro, I could just blast him with my laser. Laser. Which didn't really work at first, and then it did, so it was cool. See right here he says I'm coming out now. I didn't realize he was actively just watching me get chased by this dog while like running around in circles. You know, I expected a little help maybe or something.
Get in, boys. We've got work to do.
Like, look at this guy.
This is not over yet.
Completely oblivious to what just happened to me. You know, I was terrified for my life. Oh, and this part I actually, honestly, I try to play it off, and I'm sure maybe some of you know that I'm not doing it so well, but like I was tearing up at this point. This was sad, you know. That was my arm. Well, you want, I'm done explaining why it sounds like I may have been farting and it's just my chair. You know what, if you think I'm farting, then I am. Such an appropriate time to talk about this, too. Look at that ass. So this is me having a dream. I think the guy was like, it's torture to dream like this, but you gotta remember what you're fighting for or something. There's no subtitles in these cutscenes. I'm pretty sure that's what he was talking about. Dreaming about being in America with his woman, living a real life.
It's agony to dream like this.
Oh, there. Hey, it does got subtitles. Wake up to reality, but sometimes, truly, it's good to remember what you're fighting for. That's exactly how he sounds. Changed my mind.
It's time.
From what we know of Death's Head's compound, prisoners are kept on the lower levels, close to the experimental labs.
Our timing needs to be perfect.
We have the nuclear decryption keys now.
Come in deep. Surface real close to the compound. You fucking pulverize the outer wall with the cannon. Get inside the compound fast as you can. They'll be returning fire, so we'll need to dive again before the U-boat gets gubbed up. After which we'll pull back to a safe distance.
When you're inside, get down to the lower levels. Free the prisoners. We send in a helicopter. Once everyone is safely in the air, we prime the nuclear warheads, fire the atomic bombs.
Like Oppenheimer in this
level
bitch.
the whole site.
Bit more Benno. No more Death's Head.
Be safe out there.
Little hugs, little kisses, you know, a little pat on the ass cheeks, and then we get to go. Also, he just called me a Monko. How rude. That stands for the C word. Yeah, and then here's me not really realizing where I'm meant to go. I just kind of started hobbling through doors, got a little spooked. And then she said something like, normalizing airlock, and then she just drowns me, you know. Luckily I'm in this scuba gear, so the robot's plans didn't work today. Not today, Satan. And this door takes forever. There we go.
Careful as you make your way to the cannons there.
I'm not sure why she said to be careful. I'm assuming there's like a way to die here, maybe, or maybe it's just for realism.
Right, Blasco. Arming the cannon.
And at first second, I expected to do it by itself, and then towards the end, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to hit this fire button here. And I didn't. I don't know why they made this a playable cutscene. We could have just watched this, and it would have been fine. I actually secretly worked for IGN in my delusion. This thing is kind of sick though, this little ball. This thing go. He's dead, he's dead. Now we're about to twist this shit up like it's some spaghetti in a plate. Slide to freedom. I think honestly I was actively drowning at this point. I mean, if we're being realistic. So I think for this part, in terms of my commentary, I probably won't talk much unless I deem it important. You know, I actually had no fear when that dog was running at me. And well, I'm not sure if I should cut, so you guys will just see what I ended up deciding, but I'm not sure if I'll just cut to when I get to the prisoner area, or if I'll make you guys watch this. But and because it said model unlocked Death's Head, I honestly had thought that was him for some reason, and this was like the fight. So here I kind of realized there was a bit of a hidey hole, and I was about to blast that guy. I was like, no, no, and then I was like, ooh, hidey hole. So I realized I could actually like do something properly here. Look at this. They don't even see it coming. I blast their kneecaps or their brains. There's only two options. You can never shoot somebody anywhere else. Brains or kneecaps. Those are the rules. And these guys cannot figure it out to save them. You know, I'm like, okay, they're kind of shooting me from here now, so let's try again. They all run away, whatever. Then I run away, and I just go back to where we were in the beginning. And I get them like this. Like, these guys are kind of dumb. Like lemming. They're lemmings. Right in the ass cheeks. Again, kneecaps or brain only. That's a perfect kill. Now this guy right in the cock. Right in the cock and balls. He doesn't die from it though. Like, that shit's armored up. So here we are, we're looking for the prisoners. We're kind of walking around here in this little lab. Some really nasty shit on the walls, honestly. and I couldn't really figure out where I was going because all these doors were locked. And then I finally recognized this ladder. What the? Oh my god! I forgot this little freak was in there. Like a ground, like it was like honestly golem level, like a little creeper. Also, he has like some nasty rat stash.
It's all over now.
As the synthetic tetanus vaccine further inhibits your nervous system, shutting down your motor faculties, you'll find it harder and harder to move. There we are.
Oh, hey. Was kann ich wirklich tun? Bin beschäftigt. Entweder in Berlin, um den letzten Dreckshaufen zu beseitigen, den Captain Blaskowitz vor unserer Tür hinterlassen hat.
Ich habe ein Geschenk für dich, mein Schatz.
Wirklich? Ich liebe Geschenke. Zeigst es mir?
Dir zeige ich doch alles.
Ow! Although this is also kind of his first mistake. I actually started moving around at this point because I thought I was supposed to do something here, but we just kind of have to watch a little bit. Why do I say this is his first mistake? Because by actually treating bleed as much as he did right here, the toxin he injected was able to leave my system much faster than it probably would have naturally as well. Right here, I bite his jugular. He's got his gun out. He doesn't really seem to start blasting, which is amazing to me. Also, of course, I was injured, as we see previously in the brain. So, because he said something about my cerebral cortex or some shit, I think. In the beginning of the game, you would know that that was true. Anyway, we proceed. I'll cut again, but we will proceed to actual stuff. We just go up the same ladder that this freak jumped out at me from, and we're on with it. Here I am, just destroying the keypad to an elevator smartly to get down to where the prisoners are being held right now.
Is ready when you are, Blazkowicz. Soon as you get our people out of the compound, we'll swoop in and pick you up.
William!
I honestly thought I was gonna get blasted in the face, but here I am, like, dying a little bit. No one really seemed to care. They were just like, hey, what's wrong with you? And they're like, bro, you're so cool, thanks, man. And then they leave me here lying on the ground. You know, those guys, my best friends. You know, I'm dying, bleeding out, choking. Let's just leave him. Yeah, he's fine. Also, sorry if you can hear my mom in the background. The elevator gets stuck, and I'm bleeding out, like just was stabbed in the heart level, filled with drugs, poison probably, and I'm expected to help all these people out of this elevator manually. And I'm pretty sure none of them reach a hand out for me, you know, classic. Oh, he does. You know what? That's fine. I won't get mad at him.
We'll get you out of there. We'll go somewhere. I believe there are still places on this earth where people can go and live happy.
I believe so too. Not for me and for you.
He was just like, not for us, babe. And then I go zoom to the sky.
What are you doing in there? An old friend come to visit? I haven't had a visitor like you in a long time.
Now, I did end up skipping this cutscene, I think, at a certain part because it was kind of disgusting. So I'm going to explain it to you guys. They show up, man's just behind glass, giggle giggle, and then he ends up showing us the brain of our old friend who we chose to kill in the beginning.
Still fighting after all these years.
It shows that he's still alive. That he's keeping his brain alive in this jar. It's really sad. I think his name is... What was his name?
Do you remember him?
So now we cut here where this is the mini boss that I told you glitched out at some point. I don't really know what happened. I'll show you guys right here. He throws me through the door. And there he is. See the gun like floating around, all this crazy shit. So I run. And at this point he should be shooting at me. I'm trying to figure out like what do I do? What do I do? He's still stuck in the door. I was, you know, like thinking, oh, he's just gonna be in the door, I gotta find a way to close it, or, you know, something. And eventually here you're gonna see he just disappears. So I had to restart the whole sequence over again. I think after I throw this first Tesla grenade and actually do some damage. So I'm like, oh, okay, here he comes, you know, and then he's gone. So I'm gonna cut ahead to the part where it actually works and we actually fight him for real. Finally got it to work. I don't know what happened the first time, but pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna just run around in circles with these grenades and health packs and slowly bomb him to death with these Tesla grenades. I didn't really realize at first, like I assumed he was like jumping over the grenades as I threw them, and I was supposed to do something like after he jumped. You'll see here later, like soon-ish, I actually realized I was supposed to throw them as he jumped so that he would land on them. I also had slowly started running out of supplies, and I was supposed to hide behind the boxes and make him shoot the boxes open for more stuff. Again, a little slow, but I got there eventually. You see right here, I thought he, well, I guess I didn't watch, but the shaking is him landing after jumping, so I assumed he was just like jumping over them, when in reality, here, see, he jumps, but that's not the case. I just wasn't being patient enough, which is classic for me, of course. I'm a little impatient, unfortunately. I like it when I want it now, you know what I'm saying? I like it to be on my schedule, and that's not how things work. So I was like, oh, he's about to jump if I throw this, right? So I threw it where he landed. And you'll know if you did damage if he, the voice line comes up. So it's like, oh, I didn't do any damage. And I was right, because I have really bad aim. I didn't understand why there was all these charging stations here, because I assumed, like, well, I don't have my laser gun. Am I supposed to have my laser gun? But it's for later on. See, so there, Captain Blazkowicz, kill me, please. That means I've done some damage. Okay. And that's it. That's the end of the fight. The mini boss.
You in there?
Wyatt was his name. I almost called him William. I'm like, that's a me. This part also made me cry because he's been forced to live on in a brain. And he can't do anything, so I obviously kill him. We don't have a choice, I just do it anyway, like in the game, right? But if I had a choice, I would still kill him. That's torture. Then here comes part 1 of the final boss fight.
Me, Captain, but you do not scare me.
So anyway, I just started blasting, you know, that's what this guy's doing. And here's where I actually get my gun back. And I didn't really realize this at first. I think I died a couple times, so I'm gonna cut for you guys, but I'll explain. I didn't realize at first I was supposed to like shut this field down. I thought maybe it was kind of like a Zelda or something where like, it would shut down on its own eventually. So I just kind of kept running around. And then, honestly, this fight is hard because like I finally realized here, oh, I gotta obviously do something. Well, I can't cut to save my life. But I finally realized to do that, and it's really hard like to run up the stairs in time because they don't really give you enough cover. So I ended up dying here a couple times. So I'm gonna cut to the part where I finally got up the stairs. You guys can witness my first death here. I'm like, there's literally no cover. I'm like just running for it. And boom. Dead. So you guys get to see the good part. But pretty much you have to just sprint. There's no other way to do it as far as I know. So if you're someone who has played this game before and are watching it to see how I play it, or if you've never played this game before, what I'll say for the people who've never played before, I don't know any other way to do it. For those who have played before, this is just how I did it. And I assume that's how you have to do it. It's just run for your life and try to make it. So, yeah. So here I am. I finally ran for my life up the stairs. I made it. And I didn't really realize what this was for. I assumed it was to shoot him. And then I noticed the little wire from the lightning strike. And I realized we just shoot the blimps down. Now, I'm pretty sure I die doing this, trying to get to the second one, so I'll just cut to when we shoot down the second one. It's literally the exact same as the first one. You just gotta do it on the other side. So I shoot him a couple times, and it overloads his... That's right. You have to shoot him a couple times. I didn't realize that, so you have to shoot him a couple times for it to overload, and then he gets, like, struck by lightning, or something happens, yeah. You know, Thor was like, I had enough of your shit. And now we're on to phase 2. Again, I died a couple times. Just cut to the one that was good. For everyone's sake. But yeah, you have to shoot him like in the face, or technically you have to shoot his actual body because he's in a mecha suit. But you just run around, you recharge your thing, you can collect guns if you want. And there is a slight cooldown time, but you just shoot him and it's done. Eventually, this whole place fills with fire, which is the hardest part, I would say, about this whole boss fight. And I think they did that on purpose, because otherwise you just run around because he's really slow and kind of dumb. And you end up being able to kill him pretty easily without the fire. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to open all of the fireplaces, like the, what are they called? Not nozzles, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not sure if we're supposed to open the valves. I'm not sure if we're supposed to open all the valves to help speed this along. I think I had tried that during one of my runs, and I didn't find it personally really made a difference. So I just didn't bother. I just focused on trying to kill him. There he goes. That was the kill shot. Man, I keep thinking that was the kill shot, and I'm like, here it is. So we finally get his little booty down, and that's why you do. You run around in circles. We flash back to him taking Wyatt's brain, unfortunately. I'm just discarding his corpse like it's nothing.
A good one.
So if in the beginning you choose to kill Fergus, you get a different ending from what I understand. If you were talking to my brother, he would know better.
I would never need it to you.
He says that like I give 2 fucks.
I will gut you standing.
And I don't know if we could wait there and just like not kill him, but I was like, fuck you, bro. And I just got him. And then he whips out some grenades from his booty hole. And this is our final cutscene. I really don't know how it did that much damage to him, and like I was somewhat alive. Like, I honestly bet you they could have come and got me if I'd said anything.
A mighty
But
woman with a torch.
I was just like looking at the love of my life and being like, goodbye. And then I, you know, sacrificed myself. The classic.
Timmy, you're tired. You're bored. Your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these. The homeless. Tempest-tossed. To me.
Glasgow. Where's the fire?
You're clear.
And that's the end. Where all he says is, "You're clear." So yeah, guys, that was Wolfenstein New Order. I find it's pretty interesting that we don't actually physically see the building blow up and or me die. And right now, if you don't like spoilers, you know, skip ahead towards the end. I don't know how long this will take me to explain. So, but basically, based on what my brother has told me, he actually doesn't die. God knows how. But I think maybe we'll play the next game. I don't say the new games, but the next game is like the most expensive in the whole franchise. Like this one, even like if you were to buy it regular, I think it's like less than $50. And the other one is like 70 or something crazy like that. It's the next one is the most expensive in the whole series from what I saw. Sorry, my voice is so craggy. I'm doing this at like 8 a.m. So I just woke up. But yeah. From what I know, we will see Captain Blazkowicz again. Somehow re-engineered into probably like some crazy Nazi soldier or something, like with a body from one, and then he ends up retaliating. I don't know how the story goes. All I know is that, based on my brother, he doesn't actually die at the end, which is kind of satisfying. Like, I'm glad he doesn't die, but I also am really shocked. So I actually decided to rewatch these whole credits with you guys. A, for respect to the developers and whatnot. Of course, we must. They made the game for us. It's only fair that we take the time to read the credits and watch the credits. But we actually don't get an end credit scene, and I thought maybe we would, since he does end up living at the end. They would give us, like, you know, a little sneak peek, a little teaser, you know, but they don't. Again, the credits are jumping, and that's just... I know you guys are going to be able to see my player now, which is kind of, like, weird, but that, I don't know why it's jumping like that, so maybe there's something wrong with my stream settings. I'm still figuring this out. If you happen to make it to the end of this, and you think you maybe know why, just for context, I use Streamlabs to record, and I stream directly to Twitch. My VODs don't have any copyright claims on them, so I really don't know why there's no sound. Based on my interactions with chat, unless there was people interpreting what I was saying based on what I was doing in a game you guys will see later on, which I doubt. Based on what I know, my actual streams had sound. And once I found out that the VODs had no sound, I did do a test recording to see if it was my recording. My test recording had sound just fine. We're going to find out after I do this recording if it's going to be the same. But I assume it's something wrong with my Twitch settings, maybe? I don't know. If you guys have any ideas and you happen to watch this and care enough to comment, let me know. If not, I will hopefully figure it out eventually. I don't know what happened. Like, my recording input's the same. I don't know what you call it on Streamlabs, like all the settings are the same as they've always been. All my audio settings have been the same. I haven't touched anything, but as far as I know, the past 4 recordings I have made, I only know for sure for 2, but they have not had any sound when they become VODs on Twitch, and then once I download them, there's no sound. And obviously, if there's no sound on the VODs on Twitch when you download it from Twitch, that's how it's going to be. But I, as far as I know, the sound was recording fine. Like, according to my Streamlabs, I can physically always see the bars or whatever to see that sound is physically being put in, both from the game and myself. So I don't think it's the recording, but if it's Steam, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Otherwise, I think we'll just hang out, watch the credits, and that'll be the end. Thank you for putting up with this weird system we're gonna have for the next minimum 4 videos. The problem is if I really can't figure it out after, like, testing some stuff and trying to stream again, I might have to just switch to fully recording YouTube videos for a while. Which, that'd probably be better for me time management-wise with my new job. But not ideal. I still enjoy streaming because I get that live experience of talking to chat, whereas YouTube, unfortunately, I really don't get live input. I still respond or like or whatever to comments as much as I can, as long as they're not like bot comments, you know how it is, like click this link or win 3 iPhone or something, you know, buy subscribers, whatever. But I don't want to necessarily have to pick and choose one or the other. I kind of always intend to get back to recording YouTube videos just for the sake of time management during the week. But now I might be like only doing that, which is gonna suck. I also thought it was really cool, by the way, that was my little tangent. I thought it was really cool if you actually read the credits that they had separate teams for so many languages and so many testers for the different languages and whatnot. Like Spanish, German, Italian, I think they had a Japanese or Asian one, French. So I would like to say I'm really impressed with so many different languages and diversity, and not only that, crediting all of the testers and audio, like actors, recorders, everything in the credits. Because I personally anyway, have not seen a lot of game credits where they acknowledge the entire studio crew like you are seeing right now on the screen for each language group. I usually only see like, oh, thanks to like these few people for like working on our Asian production, like maybe it's an actor or like a producer or something, and that's it. But these guys credit the studio crew and the actors for redubbing the whole game, as well as farther up, we kind of missed it, the testers, because they have separate testing teams for each language group, which is really cool in my opinion. Guys, I can actually read some of that Japanese on the screen. I'm so excited. You guys might think I'm being goofy, but whatever. Anyway, that's it. That's all. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.